All right, folks, let's get started here.
The AAE meeting is the largest annual occasion where we endodontists, endo residents, and also endodontic enthusiasts, general dentists and so on, come together to learn through lectures and presentations by experts in the field, explore the available tools of the trade in the exhibits area, and last but not least, to gather to socialize. And yes, the socializing is certainly on par, if not exceeding, the other two when it comes to this meeting. Now, who would have thought that endodontists love to party so much? If you ask me, it must be all of those repressed emotions, or probably even the sodium hypochlorite vapors that is making all of us nuts. Anyway, kidding aside, of course, meeting endo legends as well as up-and-coming students and voices is definitely one of the most important reasons that I personally attend this meeting. The annual meeting is primarily about connecting with old friends and classmates, and for me personally, it's seeing my past students and residents and hearing about all their tremendous success and how far they have all come from their student days that is extremely rewarding as an experience when I attend this meeting. It's really also a great chance to connect with many of you folks who watch some of these silly videos that I make for you guys and are always extremely gracious with your feedback and comments in person from different corners of the world. And I can tell you, I meet people from everywhere, and it is amazing and most fulfilling, and probably the reason I get motivated to make more videos for you guys. But besides the great education and social lineup, the exhibits area and the trade halls of the meeting are also a sobering reality, with companies touting their latest technology and putting them on full display for all of us to see.
First, I'd like to recognize
As the meeting participants appear younger to me every year, I guess maybe I'm getting older, I don't know, that's obviously the case everywhere I go. And as these commercial first impressions on these younger newcomers is for the most part inspiring to the impressionable newcomers into the field that are attending the first meeting, for example, I guess can't help but comment here on the role and impact of commerce and technology in our field. Now, I'll probably make a whole special video on this particular topic alone as a future video, but I find it really necessary here to share a basic concept that I constantly try to teach my son. I tell him, son, your main challenge in the modern world is to differentiate substance from style. Basically, when we examine new technology, we constantly must differentiate what appears to be a change from what should actually be progress. And by progress, I mean an improvement, not just changing, as is the case for many of the modern technology, changing for the sake of change, rather than changing actually for the sake of progress and moving the treatment forward. This, of course, is natural, as change is the engine of economy and it creates opportunity. But our mere enthusiasm and wishful thinking can't be a guiding light in the healthcare field, specifically in the healthcare field, because you can change in any other, technology fields if you want to get a new cell phone or anything like that. But in the healthcare field, there's a patient connected to all this stuff at the end of the day. Unless one's totally bored, a substantial change should only be directed by true progress. In healthcare settings, we should really aim as a priority to reduce the cost of care whenever possible, and reduce the burden of healthcare whenever it's possible. And that's to provide more access to care to most people and also save more teeth. Buying expensive technology that really increases the procedure's cost should only be justified by more than just our personal need to differentiate ourselves individually or appear more marketable as a practice. That's really not the way it should be. Furthermore, passing this additional cost down to the patients without really any clear evidence of greater clinical outcome amounts to really what Dr. Koch and I constantly refer to as practice narcissism or endodontic narcissism. Anyway, I'll probably just make a whole specific video on this topic because I think the increasing influence of industry in our field really has been a concern to me. And I've been trying to bring this to our community's attention for years now. And as someone personally who's had a foot in the industry for years, I'm both qualified as well as aware of its permutations in the long run. And it's important to have this discussion. Anyway, that would be really a different video for a different time. But as this year's AAE finally came to an end, I also want to urge you guys to attend the next AAE meeting in the first week of April 2025, right in my backyard, right out here in Boston. Next year's Boston meeting, I predict, and I can promise you, will be probably the most well-attended and busiest meeting in history of the AAE and the annual meeting. I can promise you that. It will be the record, and I will probably also present myself at that meeting. So buy yourself your tickets, your plane tickets as soon as you can for that week on the first week of April, and get yourself a hotel right here in the best part of the town, which the meeting is going to be held on, which is in Copley Square. And by the way, that happens to be literally only 2 blocks away from my office. So when you come to the Boston, we should probably hopefully plan to do some kind of a meet and greet with Dr. Koch and get to meet you guys in person in my back town, the Beantown. I'll see you guys in Boston. Let's go. That's how